All the best. Start.
It was a wonderfully organized tournament, and I scored 6 out of 9, which was not good enough for the prizes. But I was on 4 out of 4 in the first 4 rounds, and then things didn't work out on the second day. So a few lessons to learn for myself from this tournament. But I'm happy that I've gotten back to like decent performances, at least at the beginning of the tournament. And it all came down to the last round actually, uh, but I lost the last round. So I'm going to show you the critical moment from each of the 9 games, and it'll give you a chance to solve the position in a tournament perspective. The most critical moment from each game. 9 positions. Let's see how you will do. Let's go. This is from my first round game against a 1-1-1-0 rated opponent. This is the critical moment. Here, I played rook e1, allowing queen b2. It's giving black a chance to be getting back his pawn and an active queen. He took it. Now I played rook b1, allowing him a chance to be a pawn up. But it's a big mistake to take because black's pieces are not developed. He took, and after rook b7, queen moves. Here came the most critical moment of the game. Can you find the winning move for white? Yes, it is rook to b5. Fork to the queen and bishop, and everything is somehow held in place together well. So there is no problems. Black is not developed, which is why black suffered this tactic. And I went on to win the game. A good start. Yeah. Second round was tougher. And in the second round, I was facing Imran Hussain, 1-2-1-2 rated. Here I am proud of the move I played. White's king is about to become safe after rook f1. White is about to become fine. But in this moment, there is a good move for black, which is risky and requires very good calculation. Can you find out the strong move that black played in this position? Also, keep in mind ideas of knight f6 are in the air somewhat. I played rook f5, allowing knight f6, takes and rook takes, allowing all this, allowing an exchange down with a check. But the calculation goes, my plan was after knight f6 takes, I want to take with the pawn, so king has some more space. Rook takes, king moves, his queen's hanging, the queen has no good squares. When the queen moves, I have rook f2. So that is the plan. He played knight f6, he took the bait. And after takes, rook takes, king g7, he went queen b8, which loses. Because now rook f2, king moves, rook takes, it's a check from discovered check from the bishop. King moves, and now queen f5, he resigned. Because if queen f4, there was rook f2. So that was the second round win. Third round. Third round was a gift, really. In this position, the black player played knight c6 in a French. Can you find the puzzle rush kind of tactic here that will win? White to play and win. It's a bit easy, which is why I said it was a gift. Very rare to get gifts like this in a tournament. That too from a 1-2-6-4 player. He was a very young kid who was playing very fast, just 8 years old. d5. Actually, this is still fine because bishop takes is possible, but he blundered here with 97. And that is why queen a4 comes, and he lost a piece and lost the game. So quick third round win, which meant I could come back to this hotel very fast in the first day. Now, second day starts round 4. As you can see, white has just played queen g2. It's a position that has come from the Dutch defense against d4. All the pieces are active for me, and here white did not see what I had in plan. Like the blunder was because after queen g2, black has a very nice move. Can you find out the move I played? You can pause the video, of course, if you want to think more, because the position is complicated. The move is bishop takes h3. He can't take with the queen because bishop f2. If rook takes or king takes, I get the queen. And if king moves, then I just take exchange queens and take the piece back with the better position. So he played queen e2, and then I won an exchange, and I went on to win this game. So I was on 4 out of 4. Things were going well, and then round 5 happened. Black has just played d5. I was playing a 1-2-7-5 player. Uh, I did get a good position out of the opening in the Rui Lopez, but somehow he kept getting counterplay. Right now, black has got 2 rooks aiming down the f2 square, and there's a queen making the stay uncomfortable for the king. And he has just pushed d5. Here I was a little bit in time pressure, but that's no excuse. I panicked and I miscalculated. A common mistake that I am making these days. I'm basically what I thought was if I if I play sorry take and then queen d3 check, he'll play e4, and if I move my queen, he'll play e5, and that position is bad for me, I thought. But can you see what is wrong with that calculation? There is no e5 because the first move was takes, right? So queen d3 e4, I can play queen d4 without worrying about e5. I was just cursing after reaching the room and analyzing this game. I played takes and queen e2, which loses on the spot because d4, and after rook e4, he just plays rook f2, and I resigned. So that was a very hard loss to take because of my own error. From a good position, I miscalculated that e5 ghost, and that affected everything. And I couldn't really recover from it properly because it affected the next round also. This is a game where I got a winning position after working so hard in the end game. A knight end game with equal material became this. Still equal material, but the pawn is on h6, h3. And any other day, this is an easy win. Like I would win this easily if I put some mind to it, right? Can you see the win for black? There are a lot of ways, but one very nice way to win. If you were black, what would you do in this position? Knight h4. I played knight h4 thinking after takes, the pawn game is winning because the king can march here and take everything. I just assumed it. And after takes, king moves, it's actually a draw. Just takes, and there's no pawn left. And it became a draw. But can you see the win that was there? Knight h4 was fine. After knight takes, I had to just push h2 and game is over. There are other ways to win also. There's also knight e3 and knight e3 attacking this pawn, and any other move would win. But instead, I went for the exchange of knights, assuming the win. I was not in the right frame of mind after the last game. So day 2 was horrible. I mean, not horrible. I got 1.5 points out of it, but still, it left a bad feeling because of the missed win and the loss. And that brings us to round 7, third day. A very nice opening by black. Black is castled. He has just played queen b4 after a lot of calculation. I played queen f7. He took on b2, and now I played rook c1. It feels good for white, but black also has counterplay. He goes bishop h6, allowing some discovered attacks on the king. What is the best move here? So this is how you should calculate. First, see the candidate moves. What are the main, let's say, three moves that we have to consider here? And then calculate one by one. It will take around 10 minutes. I took more than 10 minutes for this position and found the right move, the best move. You can also do the same exercise. Take 10 minutes, calculate the three candidate moves in this position. You can, of course, pause the video. What are the candidate moves? Knight b5 is one because you're threatening checkmate. There is rook b1. That's interesting. And there's knight a4. Is there knight d5? Probably knight d5 as well. We have to calculate. So these are the moves to consider. I played, actually, I wanted to play rook b1, but then I didn't think this was a good idea. He'll have two rooks. Sorry, rook b1. What was I thinking? Yeah, queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes. He'll have two rooks, and this bishop is a nice bishop. And my queen is a little out of play, and f2 can be a target very fast. So I didn't want that position. So, which is why I played knight a4. And another thing is knight b5, there is rook d7. That's why I didn't play knight b5 also. So knight a4, after queen moves, the only way to save the queen and to defend the mate, knight takes was the calculation. After king b8, I can play knight d7, just a moment. I can play knight d7, but that will lead to positions I didn't like that much. It was probably around equal. But I played rook e1. That was the move that lost the advantage. Actually, I was considering bishop f3, but I thought after takes, my knight would be hanging and it would be risky. But actually, it was fine. Bishop f3 is the correct move here because after takes, he can't take back because of mate. Again, that was something I missed. So I played rook e1, thinking it's still good. But then he played takes, and after bishop takes, which was the whole idea of the rook e1 move, and threatening mate, he found rook queen d5. He had already planned queen d5. And now queen exchange is forced, and it became a drawish position after that. So that game ended in a draw. So I was on 5 points out of 7, and 2 rounds left. Round 8. Round 8 was a superb gift. My opponent in this position, it's a Dutch. He touched his knight, planning to play knight d2. I had just played knight d4, and he touched his knight. And as soon as he touched it, he realized his knight's hanging here. If he does that, because b3 is already played. But of course, he touched it, so he had to play it. He played knight d2, and I got a free piece. He got some counterplay later, but I went on to win this. So I was on 6 out of 8, and a draw or a win in the last round would have got me into the prize list. Like, let's say rupees 8,000 around. So a must-win game, must-win or draw game in the ninth round, and I was white against a 1-3-2-1. So this last round situation is very important. Like last round is very crucial if you're a tournament player because the way you play there decides whether you enter the prize list or not most of the time. Here in this position, it's fairly equal. Black has played well. I played g4, g5 to open up this, and I've got a bishop here. So things look fine. He has played bishop there to play bishop takes and open up the queen side. Here I played, just a minute. Here I calculated knight c6 and I thought this should be good for me, right? But what I didn't calculate was after knight c6, he has queen d6. And I can't take his bishop because queen g3. And he will take material on his terms. And my king will be almost checkmated, probably checkmated. So I can't do that. So I have to come back. And then he played bishop f5, king moves, knight h5, and I went on to lose this game because the king side came crashing down. So the mistake was that knight c6 move. Instead of knight c6, I should have played something like queen d2, so that if he takes, I can take back with the queen or the pawn, and rook is fine. King h2 or g2, and the game goes on. So this loss meant that I just ended the tournament on a not so good 6 out of 9, and Yeah, so that was my tournament. It was well organized, good venue. Udaipur is a beautiful place. We also got to roam around a little bit, and it was all good. So until next time, and a few lessons to learn from this, and a few positive things to take from this as well.